What if the strangest looking building on the block turned out to be the smartest home you could build in 2026? No square walls, no traditional roof, just one continuous steel arch, bent into a shape the US Navy trusted to survive World War II, and now, people are living inside it. It's called a Quonset Barndominium, and today we're breaking down exactly why families are choosing this over a traditional house, what it actually costs to build one for under $150,000 in 2026, and the one design flaw almost nobody talks about until it's too late. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll see the exact cost breakdown, the engineering secret that makes these homes nearly impossible to blow over, and a surprising fact about where this design actually came from that might change how you see every metal building you drive past. Before we get into it, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and drop a comment telling us, would you actually live inside a curved steel home like this? We read every single comment, so let us know. It starts with a shape that has nothing to hide. A Quonset Barndominium isn't framed like a normal house. Instead of walls holding up a separate roof, the entire structure is one continuous arch of corrugated steel, bolted together panel by panel, running straight from the ground on one side, over the top and back down to the ground on the other. That single design choice is why people are drawn to it in the first place. First, it's fast. A Quonset shell can go up in days, not months, because there's no separate roof framing, no trusses, and no rafters to cut and install. The original military version could be assembled by 10 untrained workers in a single day using nothing but hand tools, and while a finished home obviously takes longer, that same bolt-together simplicity still applies to the shell today. Second, it's durable in a way that framed lumber homes simply aren't. No wood to rot, no termites to worry about, and a steel shell that many manufacturers back with rust perforation warranties running 25 to 50 years. Third, and maybe most importantly, it's affordable land use. A lot of these owners aren't just building a house, they're building a barn, a shop, and a home under one roof, on rural land where a traditional builder would charge a premium just to show up. That combination speed, durability, and flexibility is exactly why this once-forgotten military design is having a real moment in 2026. Here's where it gets interesting, because that curved shape isn't just about looks, it completely changes how the inside of the home works. Most Quonset kits are what's called clear span, meaning there are zero interior support columns, beams, or trusses breaking up the floor plan. The entire width of the building, sometimes stretching well past 30 or 40 feet, is open, uninterrupted space. That's a big deal for design. It means owners can lay out a kitchen, living room, and bedrooms however they want, without working around structural obstacles. The ceiling itself becomes part of the design. Because the roof curves down into the walls, many owners build a loft or a mezzanine level partway up the arch, creating a second living space, a home office, or extra bedrooms, tucked right into the shape of the building. Light is the other surprise. Builders often use partial curved panels made of glass instead of steel on the front and back walls, flooding the interior with natural light in a way a boxy home rarely achieves. And overhangs are possible too. Using steel columns and a bent plate connector system, builders can extend covered porches or carports off the curved shell without compromising the arch's strength. The result doesn't look anything like the bare military huts this design started as. It looks like a home that happens to be shaped like nothing else on the street. Now here's the part that surprises almost everyone the first time they hear it. That curved shape isn't just for looks. It's one of the strongest structural forms ever used in construction. Engineers call it a continuous load path, because the roof and the walls are the same piece of bolted steel. Forces from wind and weight travel evenly around the entire arch instead of concentrating at weak points like the corners of a traditional roof. That matters most when the weather turns dangerous. Depending on the manufacturer and local building code, modern Quonset structures are commonly engineered and rated for winds in the range of 100 to 180 miles per hour, and some manufacturers have gone as far as launching a 15-pound 2x4 at a test wall at 100 miles per hour to simulate flying storm debris, with the panel holding up. Compare that to a conventional flat roof, where winds as low as 65 to 75 miles per hour can be enough to peel the roof away at the seams. Snow behaves the same helpful way. Because there's no flat surface for snow to pile up on, it slides right off the curve instead of building weight the way it can on a traditional roof. Add in galvanized, corrosion-resistant steel panels, and you've got a structure that's fire-resistant, pest-proof, and in some regions can even qualify homeowners for meaningfully lower insurance premiums simply because it's built from steel instead of wood framing. None of this means a Quonset home is indestructible. No structure is. But the engineering behind that curve is exactly why so many owners in Tornado Alley and hurricane zones are taking a second look at a shape most people only associate with old war movies. Let's talk real numbers, because this is where most videos get vague and we're not going to do that. A bare Quonset kit, just the steel shell package, typically runs $10 to $20 per square foot in 2026. On a modest 30 by 40 building, that's roughly $21,000 to $24,000 just for the kit itself. But a kit alone isn't a home. Add a concrete slab foundation, commonly $5,000 to $8,000 for a building this size, plus end walls with windows and doors, which can add another $4,000 to $6,000. At that point, before a single interior wall goes up, you're typically looking at somewhere around $35,000 to $40,000 for a dried-in shell on a small to mid-size footprint, and if you hire out the assembly instead of doing it yourself, add another $5,000 or so for labor. Here's the number that actually decides your final price. Interior finishing. Framing interior walls, plumbing, electrical, insulation, drywall, flooring, kitchen, and bathrooms typically runs $50 to $120 per square foot, depending on your finish level and local labor costs. Put it all together, and fully finished Quonset homes in 2026 are landing, on average, somewhere between $40 and $125 per square foot, all in kit, foundation, and finishing combined. So where does that leave a real under $150,000 build? For a modest home in the 1,200 to 1,600 square foot range, built with a mid-range finish level, a realistic total often lands somewhere between $93,000 and $182,000, meaning the lower and middle end of that range is genuinely achievable under $150,000, especially for owners who do some of the finishing work themselves. The honest takeaway is this: the shell is the cheap part. What you spend on finishing is what actually determines whether your Quonset Barndominium costs $95,000 or closer to $500,000. The design gives you room to control that number, but only if you go in with your eyes open. Before we wrap up, here are a few facts about this design that most people, even Quonset owners, have never heard. Fact 1. This design isn't even originally American. It's based on the British Nissen hut from World War I. The U.S. Navy adapted it in 1941 at Quonset Point, Rhode Island, which is where the name comes from, and the design that's sitting in someone's backyard today traces back more than a century. Fact 2. More than 150,000 of these were built during World War II alone, and after the war, the military sold off huge numbers of them as surplus for around $1,000 each, about $18,000 in today's money. Returning soldiers and even universities bought them and turned them into homes and student housing. Fact 3. The arch shape itself is ancient. Engineers didn't invent it for steel buildings. The Romans were using the structural power of the arch 2,000 years ago. Modern Quonset construction is really just an old idea wearing a new material. B-roll. Stylized transition from a Roman-style stone arch to a modern steel arch home. Fact 4. Every bolt is the same size. Most modern kits are designed so a single socket size handles the entire structure, which is exactly why owner-builders with no construction background are able to assemble these shells themselves. Fact 5, and this might be the most surprising one: a well-maintained Quonset structure can last close to a century. The same shape that survived jungle heat and Pacific storms during World War II is, quite literally, still standing in places today. So here's where we land. A Quonset Barndominium isn't for everyone. The curved walls limit some furniture layouts, and not every neighborhood or HOA is going to welcome a shape this unconventional. But for the right piece of land, the right budget, and the right owner, it offers something very few home styles can match. A fast build, a genuinely strong structure, and a look that turns heads every time someone drives past. An idea that started as 10 sailors bolting together steel panels on a Rhode Island naval base in 1941 is now showing up on quiet rural roads across America in 2026 as someone's actual home. So now it's your turn. Would you live inside a curved steel home like this, yes or no? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more honest looks at barndominiums, tiny homes, and the unconventional builds nobody else is covering. We'll see you in the next one.